Okay, so the first drill is the seated arm action drill. We're doing this drill first because it is going to set the foundation for all the other drills that are coming up. Now, when most people learn how to sprint, the most common mistake they make is not including the upper body as much as they should. Most people, when they first start, it's a lot of this, right? It's a lot of elbow, there's no shoulder, there's no back. And when you're able to get those upper body muscles in play, the force that they generate is going to transfer down through the entire chain and lead to more powerful and explosive sprints. Okay, so we're going to isolate that part first, and then when we do the other drills, you'll see that we'll be bringing it with us, right? So, first arm position, we're going to reach back. We want to have about a 90-degree angle in the elbow, like you're going to put your hands into your back pocket, right? Here, this hand's going to be up in front, also about 90, and all we do is switch. Okay, so all the motion is happening in the shoulder. There's no elbow involved, right? And the prescription for this is 10 slow, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, and then 10 fast. Okay, so slow and then fast. Okay, 10-ish, right? And hopefully you noticed while I was doing the fast arm action that my legs started to move. Okay, that's a great sign. It means I'm generating enough force with my upper body that it's going down and into my legs. This is once again going to lead to faster, more powerful sprints. As far as the head goes, just make sure you're looking forward, right? We don't want any of this going on while you're sprinting. It looks silly and it's very inefficient, so don't do it. And here it is one more time. 10 slow. And then we transition directly into 10 fast, okay? And that's the seated arm action. Okay, so on to the quick step drill now. When you're doing the quick step drill, keep in mind everything you just practiced, right, in the seated arm action drill. Bring it with you into every drill that we do, because what we're doing is we're basically kind of isolating the different components of sprinting, and we don't want to suddenly start working on one and then throwing out the other. So we want to try and, as we go through these drills, we integrate everything, and it should hopefully end up with you being a savage-ass sprinter. Okay, so arm position is consistent with what we did in the previous drill. Your arm action isn't going to be quite as large in this drill, just because we're taking smaller steps, so the arms are going to follow along with that. But the motion should be the same in regards to where it initiates, right, the shoulders. So we're going to lean forward slightly, get the arms into our start position, and we want to accumulate as many steps as we can from here to there while moving relatively slowly. It sounds weird, right? You're going to have to see it to sort of get what I'm talking about. And one more note, we want to keep on the ball of the foot, right? That's how we want our strike to be when we sprint, so that's how we want our strike to be when we do this drill. Leaning forward, as many steps as we can while moving relatively slowly. Okay, walk back. Recover if that made you tired. You want to bring maximum focus to every single one of these technical drills. Reason being is if you start getting tired, you're going to start getting sloppy. At this stage of the game, if you get sloppy, you're going to develop bad habits. And undoing those bad habits is going to be a lot harder than not getting those bad habits in the first place. Okay? So one more time, slide forward, lean, onto the start position, head neutral, looking slightly down, and then we just do the quick steps. Okay? That's the drill. Okay, the skip step drill. This is the last drill we're going to do before we get into full-on sprinting. So far, we've got the upper body dialed in, right? We've got hitting off the ball of the foot. We've got that idea of quickness and being light, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this leg into play, driving it forward, right? That's kind of the last piece of the sprint puzzle before you actually do some short duration sprinting and start putting it all together. So, okay, that's going to be basically the motion. We're just going to be a little bit more ballistic with it and create a little bit of momentum. Now, I don't have the space to show you this drill in its entirety because obviously, you know, the camera only goes so wide. So I'm going to show you a few reps, but what you will find is that as you start accumulating distance, you kind of get to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 steps. It starts to feel very natural. It's a good bounce to it, right? And that's the energy you want to reach this. So, show you a couple of reps real quick. Excuse me if I got the camera. Okay, so hopefully you got the idea. Basically what we're doing is this knee's driving up, which is carrying me forward. Then this is dropping down, we're repeating on the other side. Light, bouncing, springy, think gazelle, not elephant. Okay, so we're going to do some short duration sprinting now. Now this is about the distance, certainly not much further than this that you want to go. We're not trying to get up to top speed, we're not trying to get tired, we're just trying to practice that start and just work maybe 5 to 10 steps, okay? As far as how you start your sprints, there's 2 ways. You can experiment with them and see which one is most favorable to you. The first is a running start, and this basically means you're sort of running maybe 40-60%, you hit your mark, you put the gas pedal down, and you go, right? I like that one. It's a very natural feeling for most people. It's the one I prefer in the beginning for those just starting out sprinting. And it mirrors a lot of what happens if you play a sport, right? A lot of sports, unless you're an actual power athlete sprinting yourself, is sort of slow movement followed by a quick burst, followed by slow movement followed by a quick burst. This marries up with that quite nicely. The second way is good if you don't have that much room, right? You don't have enough room to really get that running start going, and it's a falling start. So we're going to start with the feet together, slide forward, lean, head in the center, arm in that position, and you're going to trust your own innate sense of self-preservation, because I'm going to ask you to fall onto your face, right? Which is pretty scary. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to tip forward. Oh no, my face is coming down, Okay? And that innate sense of self-preservation is going to have you posting a foot, and you're going to go right into your sprint from there. Now, don't play chicken with yourself, right? Don't think you want to get all the way down and then make a step up. Be very conservative with how far you allow yourself to fall. All we're trying to do is get a little bit of forward momentum so the foot naturally steps forward. Don't resist that urge, right? If you fall on your face after what I just said, that's on you. Don't do it, right? So here, back, tip forward, step up. Okay, now I don't have enough room on the camera to do any more sprints than that. This is probably a little bit short. You might want to maybe go half again, but not much further than that. You're not trying to get up to top speed. You want to keep your speed very moderate. You're just practicing the technique. You're just practicing the start. Now, a word on how you stop your sprints, okay? At the end of your sprint, when you reach the line, don't stop on a dime, okay? Instead, slow down, kind of bound through it. Take maybe the same distance you actually sprinted to slow down, then walk back to the start, recover, and go again. Just like with all these drills, fatigue at this point is not your friend. It's going to mess up your ability to learn the technique properly. You want to be fresh on every effort.